Okay, here we are. We're finally doing this video of me talking about my tubal removal surgery. Okay, I finally decided to stop procrastinating on it and everything like that. So yeah, and now today's my day off, so I'm able to do it. And I realized that if I wanted you guys to take me serious with my YouTube, I had to take myself serious with my YouTube. So yes, but disclaimer, please don't mind about how I look. Okay, like I said, it's my day off. And it's cold in my house. No, I'm not about to turn off my AC because it gets hot real quick in this house in 0.5 seconds because of this damn Texas heat. Okay. So you're just gonna have to deal with me looking rough and me being in a hoodie because my hair is looking rough. Okay, let me just try to like decent enough or whatever. Okay, here we go. So let's talk about, like I said, my tubal removal surgery. The actual name of it is like tubal something with an S. Okay, I got that surgery done on July 18th, and I had my daughter on June 5th. I knew I wanted my tubes removed since April because that's when I signed the consent forms to do the surgery. My doctor had asked me plenty of times if that's really what I wanted to do, like if I was really sure that I was done having kids, and I was. Yes, I am very blessed and grateful for two full-term healthy pregnancies, especially having my daughter after I had my miscarriage. So like I said, I had my papers signed since April, and we had scheduled my surgery date at my 2-week postpartum appointment. I never had my 6-week postpartum, which is crazy because, like, I thought you would. At least that's how it was after my first pregnancy. And, everybody talks about their 6 weeks postpartum doctor's appointment. I did not have that. I only had my 2-week postpartum and obviously my appointment after my surgery date to see like the scarring and all that, if it was healing properly and stuff. And I believe that was on a Tuesday, and I wanted my surgery done as soon as possible, especially because like I'm very anxious. I was very anxious to do that surgery. I never had surgery done before, and everything like that. So yeah, I wanted it to be done and over with. So she had availability for that Friday morning, and I decided to do it. So on Thursday, July 16th, I had to go register at the hospital. They drew my blood, and I had to wear a wristband for 2 days so that way they wouldn't draw my blood again on Friday. Friday comes, I had to be at the hospital before 5:15 just to have my surgery, like between 9 and 10 o'clock. And my doctor told me that the process of like getting ready for surgery is actually a lot longer than the actual surgery time itself. But she could just be saying that just to make me feel better. I was so anxious, like to the point where like I was having shakes from me being so anxious. Like I was so anxious about the whole process. Like it wasn't just the anesthesia that was gonna have me anxious. It wasn't the surgery, wondering something was gonna go wrong. It wasn't the recovery. It was none of that. Like it was the whole thing. That's what had me anxious. I met my anesthesiologist team maybe within like 2 hours of me being there at the hospital. And it took longer than expected because there was a lot of cases that day. And we just had to wait for an OR to open up, an operating room to open up. During the whole time that I'm waiting for a room, my doctor kept coming in and out saying like, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you don't want more? I was like, I'm positive. So I meet my anesthesiologist team. Like I said, they were younger, but they weren't the ones doing my case because once a room finally opened up, they were in a different case. So I had 2 older white gentlemen. She had asked me if I wanted pictures like of like my tubes being removed and like the removal of my tubes. I was like, no. But honestly, low-key, I should have, because I'm just like, that's my evidence right there that I really can't have more kids and that like y'all really did take them out. You know what I mean? But that's just me being crazy. So once I get wheeled in back there, I told the OR nurse, I'm just like, hey, like I'm very anxious, like everything like that. Like I'm so nervous. She was like, it's okay. Like, I'll talk to you through everything that we're doing, like as far as getting you prepped and stuff. Soon as I get on the table, they laid me out flat. They had my arms out flat, and then my anesthesiologist, he was just like, "Oh, I'm just giving you some oxygen." And I told him, I was like, "That ain't oxygen you're giving me. You're just telling me that." And by the time I knew whenever I was already waking up in the recovery room, that's the first thing I said was, I told him it wasn't oxygen. That's the first thing I said when I woke up. In the recovery, I had these compression stockings like they were compressing my legs so that way like I didn't have any blood clots or anything like that after the surgery. I had hella blankets on me and stuff, but as soon as I woke up, like all of that got taken off. They let me wake up for like 20 minutes, and then that's whenever they told me to walk around. But it was a outpatient surgery, so I gotta go home the same day. I was just there for maybe like two hours max in recovery. They just wanted to keep checking my vitals and making sure like, you know, I didn't have any side effects and stuff like that. After the anesthesia, I was kind of groggy. Like whenever you woke up from like a nap and like you don't even know what day it is or what time it is. Like that's how I felt. I wasn't too tired. I just felt really groggy. Recovery for me took about a week or two. Sleeping was probably the most uncomfortable and hardest thing I had to like maneuver around. I slept straight, like sitting up, and I had like a waistband, like a trainer or like a faja. So I had that. The freaking gas pains, oh my god, like the gas pains were horrible. Trapped gas, like whenever like you're opened up and like gas gets in. Oh my god, my shoulders, my back was hurting so much, especially my shoulders. Like I never had like that shoulder pain before. It was very achy. And I literally, like, in order for me not to have any gas pains, I had to like move and walk around. Like I literally had to do that. If not, if I sat down for like within 2 minutes, the pain was coming already, and I just couldn't handle that. I was sore. I was never really in pain. I was just very sore in my stomach area. Within like 2 to 3 weeks, my stitches or like the glue was starting to like fall, so like my scars were starting to heal. The one that did take the longest to actually heal was my belly button scar. I'm 2.5 months post-op. You can't really even see my belly button one. Yeah, that's what my post-op scars look like. Now I don't really have much of any. It's more like an outie-ish because like I said, this doesn't go in anymore, if that makes sense. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and everything. And sorry again that I look crazy. Like you can see my bags and everything. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video, which should be my pregnancy differences. So stay tuned for that.